This is a high level of rivalry. Ooni of Ife Oba Enitan Adeyeye Ogunwusi has refused to respond to the 48-hour ultimatum issued by the Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Abimbola Akeem Owode, over the controversial Okanlomo of Yoruba land chieftaincy title he recently conferred on Ibadan-based businessman engineer Dotun Sanusi aka Ilaji. Speaking on Tuesday through his spokesperson, Moses Olafare, the Oni dismissed the threat as empty and unworthy of an official response. Who's on a power on the throne? In a Facebook post, Olafere disclosed that Oba Ogunwusi personally directed him to ignore the Alaafin's warning, insisting that the matter had already been subjected to the court of public opinion. Olafere described the Alaafin as a comedian. Wow, hey, these are strong words, though. Likening him to the late popular comedian Moses Olaya, better known by his stage name Babasala. He said, my principal has directed me against issuing a press release on the empty threat of Alawada Babasala. He said, I beg to disappoint you, gentlemen of the press. We cannot dignify the undignifiable with an official response. We leave the matter to be handled in the public courts of opinion as it's already been treated. Let's rather focus on narratives that unite us rather than the ones capable of dividing us. No press release, please. 48 hours, my foot. Nah. Ewo Alaafin, now they talk. So, there's that rivalry between the Alaafin of Oyo and the Ooni. I don't know who is the senior. They are always coming with that narrative that this one is the senior, this one is not the senior, and all of that. Now they have brought it to limelight because these are the things that people have been saying on social media and all of that. But now it is now official. You can imagine describing Alaafin, even whether the spokesperson of the Ooni calling Alaafin for your Baba Sala. Say 48 hour my food. Well, the Alaafin had on Monday described all this action as an affront and a direct challenge to his authority after the conferment of the Okanlomo of Yoruba land title on Sanusi. In a statement signed by his director of media and publicity, Bode Durojaye, the Oyo monarch, declared that only the Alaafin holds the exclusive right to bestow Yoruba-wide titles, citing a Supreme Court ruling as precedent. Does it mean the Alaafin is not aware of this or what? Because before you know it, now he himself will now begin to quote one law or the other. The conferment of a Yoruba-wide chieftaincy title by the Ooni is not only ultra-vires, but an insult to the titan of Yoruba land. The Supreme Court itself has ruled that only the Alaafin has such authority, yet the Ooni continues to act above the law, trampling on both tradition and the court, the statement said. The Alaafin warned that failure by the Ooni to withdraw the title within 48 hours would attract consequences. He won't punish Alaafin. I won't punish Ooni. This is not the first time both stools have clashed over chieftaincy matters. In 1991, the late Alaafin Oba Lamidi Adeyemi accused the then Ooni, Oba Okunade Shijuade, of desecrating tradition after he conferred the Akinrogun of Yoruba land title on Chief Tom Ikimi, the national chairman of the National Republican Convention. Okay, oh. So who is going to settle this matter? Because now they have been calling a Supreme Court this, Supreme Court that. Well, a king that is still battling with a permanent chairman in his state, they give a permanent chairman of Osun State traditional rulers and co-chairman of Nigeria traditional rulers 48 hours ultimatum. It's laughable. This is what happens when politicians or politics take over the tradition art and tamper the process. Now, our two well-respected kings are now acting skit maker. Well, I personally feel that the present Alaafin is taking too long steps and too early to refueling a seemingly subsiding supremacy saga in the land. This war predates him. It was substantially corrugated by the late Alaafin and the late Ooni of Ife, but wisdom demands and for the sake of the greater peace of the race to avoid a potentially destructive stride as this. The Alaafin must remember that Oyo Empire is clinging to denigrated or disintegrate in the 19th century and so diminished in power and in affluence. So at some point, Ibadan demonstrated empire, conquering other Yoruba tribes, making unilateral decisions and defiance of the Oyo Alaafin, substantially relegating Oyo, especially under Ààrẹ Latosha. The old Timbuktu Empire of Borno Empire or even Ibadan Empire, so to say, cannot even begin to assert the same influence today, a fact that is now history. Like seriously, we don't hear we hear now. Any true Yoruba indigene should understand the difference between honorary title and traditional titles. From my understanding, the only traditional title ever conferred in Yoruba land is the Are Ona Kakanfo, which is bestowed by the Alaafin of Oyo. Kings are free to bestow honorary titles on individuals, but such titles should not bear the same name as traditional ones. The real focus of first-class kings should be promoting peace, unity, and development in their region, not engaging in conflict over matters that do not even directly improve their lives or the lives of their people. Can someone tell me who the Nigerian government recognizes as the original traditional head of all kings in the southwest region of Nigeria? Please, anything after that remains story for the gods and fallacies. Nanugo, get go. We don't hear who is going to settle this matter. Ooni and Alaafin hold significant cultural and symbolic value, serving as custodians of heritage and unity. Their actions carry immense weight, influencing public perception and the integrity of their institutions, while youthful energy or decisive actions can be asserted in the modern kings. Maintaining decorum and neutrality is crucial to holding the reverence of their thrones. Political entanglement or public displays that invite scrutiny risk diminishing the respect these institutions command. Both kings have the opportunity to set a positive example by fostering unity and focusing on natural preservation rather than engaging in actions that could be misinterpreted or divided. So, guys, let's say your opinion and have your take on this. Thank you.